Feel how cool it is in here right now? Walk in here in July and August. 98% humidity. 95 degrees outside, you can't stand yourself. It feels exactly like it does right now.
Oh, really?
And the reason is it's real dark in here. You look, there's no flooring underneath the barrels.
Oh, okay.
All right? Now, Jimmy Russell, our master distiller, he says do not ferment over 12 years. Anything past 12 years starts tasting too woody, too much like the barrels. So on floor 1 and 2, because of the coolness, it takes us 10, 11, and 12 years to ferment the way Jimmy wants it fermented. Now at the same time in July and August, go upstairs, top 2 floors, 130 degrees. And because of that extreme heat, upstairs it takes 6 and 7 years. Now Jimmy says anything under 6 years is too green, it's not ready. Federal government says you can do it in 2 years and call it bourbon. Jimmy says ain't no way. 6 years minimum. So we do 6 minimum, 12 max. Our center 3 floor is called center cut. Those are your even climatized, even fermentation. Expands out to the barrel more evenly on 3, 4, and 5. It extracts more evenly in the wintertime. That's where you get your single barrels from. All right? Now that's how we do without rotating. Now, it should take 3,000 people to rotate barrels, and you've got 500,000 barrels a year. Think about it. We're already paying tax every year it's in here, 12 times sometimes, on 53 gallons. Once it's fermented, anywhere from 6 to 12 years, there's 30 to 35 gallons left in it. We lose a third of it. Evaporation. That's called the angel share. All right, now right before they are put into the barrels, they're stamped. Now just look at a barrel anywhere on the bottom or the top. I'm looking at 1.6 and 5 right here. It says, I'm gonna read it to you. It says Wild Turkey Distillery. That's who it is, the top line. Next line tells you what's in it. Bourbon whiskey. Now in our case, it could also be rye whiskey. Then the next line underneath it gives you that all-important tax number. We're taxed every year it's in here on 53 gallons. Might not be but 30, 35 in it, but we're taxed on 53. That's why it won't ever be prohibition anymore in this country. Now, that bottom line is a lot number. That lot number I'm looking at says 12 C09. 12 was the year it's put in the barrel. C was the month of the year. A's January, B's February, C's March. 09 was the day of the month. Now, if you look at these over here that you said were darker, they're probably about 12 years old.
This one says 6F27.
Huh?
6F27.
6F27. That was 2006.
Yeah.
F, whatever that is.
Day of whatever the 7th month is.
Whatever F month is. Right.
Do you, before they decide if they're ready or not, do they taste them or something?
They taste, yes, Jimmy Russell, our master distiller, Eddie, his son, another master distiller, and 3 of our executives, especially if we're going to run 101. 5 of them will test at one time, and they'll taste it. And they'll have them lined up with the labels pointing out on the bottles. Now, when he went in there, it was clear. It was white to what I call white lightning. Proper name's white dog. When it comes out, it's bourbon whiskey. And they're tasting. They find one that's ready. It says warehouse A, bottom 2 floors. That's where they come. They get them barrels, take them to the dump station, double them together, take them over and bottle them. Now, quickly, 1790, a Baptist minister by the name of Elijah Craig. Reverend Craig bought his first still in, and believe it or not, a Baptist minister brought the first still into Kentucky. Set up over here on Townsend Creek in Paris, Kentucky, 30 miles from here. He brought it from Monongahela, Pennsylvania, off the Monongahela River. He called his whiskey Monongahela whiskey. Bourbon country was what Paris and Townsend Creek were called at that time. Today it's called Bourbon County. He renamed it Bourbon. And I'm glad. Can you imagine going to a bar after you had a couple of drinks and say, give me another shot of Monongahela?
Can say it.
I'm not sure you could say it. Plus, I doubt if the bartender could spell it to reorder it anyway. So I'm glad that he changed it to bourbon. Now, He had a little contract down in New Orleans. He had to get that white dog down that river, that clear white lightning, as you like to call it. The only way to do it was old paddle boat. Went down the Kentucky River, up to the Ohio River, down the Ohio River, to the Mississippi River, down the Mississippi River into New Orleans. Took 4 months. Couldn't carry it in his hand. They didn't have plastic barrels. They didn't have metal barrels. Fishermen had these barrels on these rivers and streams leading into the rivers. Got an idea. Bought a fish barrel. He opened it up to pour his first white dog into it and ship it down there, and lo and behold, it stunk to all get out. How's he gonna get that stinking fish smell out? He set it on fire.
Yep.
Then the Reverend Craig started cleaning it out. And the Reverend Craig learned his first curse words. I'm serious. If you don't think I'm kidding you, buy yourself a barrel and start scraping. I promise you, I don't care how religious, how sweet, how mad, nasty, how mean you are, you're going to learn how to cuss. Because that is one heck of a job. He did it for about 20 minutes. He said, that'll be enough of that. So he threw that white dog or white lightning into that barrel, and he sent it on down the river. 4 months later, it arrived, and they tapped that barrel, and lo and behold, it was amber color. It wasn't clear anymore. And the flavors had changed. The aroma had changed. Bourbon whiskey was born.